watch these old videos that have been digitally restored and upscaled, I can't help but have that same feeling. The feeling of a longing for a disconnected place and people that's gone. In these clips, it showed a slice of life in the big city of New York in 1911, but I'm sure rural life was much more quaint and disconnected than even shown in these videos. All the major cities in the North would go on to be wrecked by the Great Migration, much like the southern states are currently being wrecked by massive immigration from Mexico right now. Since October 1st, we've had 760,000 migrants come across the border. Just in the last 3 years, close to 10 million illegal immigrants have entered the country. White replacement and miscegenation seem to be our collective moral imperative. It's our national credo, right up there with gay anal sex or the genital mutilation of children. Our sense of right and wrong was hijacked, and now we have sodomites having sex and filming it in the most sacred halls of federal government buildings. You have government officials being sworn into office on stacks of gay porn. Our money is worthless, our cities are unsafe, our houses are unaffordable, and it's a struggle for many people just to afford groceries week to week. We're over-medicated, we're overweight, we're mentally ill. Everyone is massively in debt. And what happened? I thought we were a liberal democracy headed at light speed for eternal progress and happiness. If that were true, I wouldn't feel any nostalgia for any moment in the past, much less 100 years ago, when we were much less liberal, less democratic, less politically correct, and much more racist in ways that were actually racist. And yet it matters that these seemingly backward and bigoted people would rightly be disappointed if they found out what we've become. That we proudly destroyed all the great things that they made, or that we proudly let the entire third world in, or that we murder 800,000 babies a year, or that we outsourced all of our manufacturing to other countries, or that we became a fake and gay version of the communist Russia they fought so hard to avoid. They would have never fought in the wars they did, or made the sacrifices they made. This isn't what they wanted. If you're Laotian, or Taiwanese, or if you're Jewish, you are allowed and encouraged to feel a meaningful connection with your ancestors. And there's a palpable sense of responsibility on you to uphold the traditions of your culture, no matter where you are in the world, because they rightly recognize that if you abandon those traditions and way of life, they disappear. Your people and their influence and contributions disappear. You know, the US Constitution doesn't have any magical powers to coerce a population into being a high culture. The Constitution is the result of a high culture, of a people that shared those values, and they would have shared them even if they weren't written down on paper. The people we've seen so far are those people. And to be fair, we are those people too, and that feeling of Hiraeth is the longing we have to make a connection to the people and time to which we most belong. It's a longing to be with one's own people, and that people's shared values and morals. We all miss the times when we could leave our cars unlocked, or the garage doors open, or feel a sense of community with other people. And that's all gone because we chose diversity over rationality. We chose Judeo-Christian values over exclusively Christian values. We chose liberal democratic insanity over populism and nationalism. We demonized our ancestors, and we dismissed wholesale every aspect of their culture and traditions as being backward and racist, and in doing so, we threw away the greatest inheritance we had. And now all we can do is look back and long for a time and place that can never be. If we teleported these people to the current day, they would think a foreign power had taken over, and they wouldn't have stood for it. Here was their opinion on the matter. When a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. If what we're living under doesn't constitute a long train of abuses and usurpations, I don't know what would, and yet nobody does anything. That line in the Constitution doesn't move us as a nation like it would have its original audience, because we're not the same people. COVID made that crystal clear. People are sheep. Whatever Faustian spirit was alive and well in the settlers taming the West is noticeably absent in people today. So 12, 13, 14, 15 generations after the Pilgrims sailed across the oceans to escape tyranny and settle an entire continent, people not only have the intense desire to lick the boot, but to shove the entire thing up their own ass. It's sad. It's entropy at its finest. It's the downward part of the inevitable cycle of empires. And now, instead of being able to solve this through moderate diet and exercise, we will now need extensive and extremely painful surgery. We all know it, and we're all avoiding it. The good news is it can't last, at least not forever. Something will happen. That's the hope anyways, that's all we have. We just have to be strong enough to survive it and pass on our traditions and culture to our kids and encourage them to do the same. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video and type of content I'm making, consider giving this video a like or maybe subscribing. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.